Simon Cowell, a name once synonymous with power, money, and a brutal honesty that made him one of the most feared men in television. For years, he was the king of reality TV, the mastermind behind American Idol, The X Factor, and Britain's Got Talent. His smirk could make a contestant's career or destroy it. But today, the Simon Cowell we see isn't the same man we once knew. His empire has crumbled, his image has changed beyond recognition, and his influence has slipped through his fingers. The question is, what happened? The first change fans noticed wasn't about his shows, it was about him. Simon's face, once defined by his smug grin and sharp features, suddenly looked different, too smooth, too tight, almost like a wax figure. Social media lit up with memes. Headlines mocked his plastic look. Fans who once admired his confidence now asked why he seemed so desperate to hold on to youth. Even Simon later admitted he went too far with cosmetic procedures. But the damage was done. The once commanding judge now looked unsettling. And in the entertainment industry, perception is everything. For nearly 2 decades, Simon was untouchable. American Idol dominated US television. The X Factor launched One Direction, Little Mix and Fifth Harmony. Britain's Got Talent gave the world Susan Boyle and countless viral acts. Simon had the Midas touch. If he signed you, you were destined for stardom. But by the late 2010s, cracks appeared. Ratings for talent shows tanked. Audiences moved to YouTube, TikTok and Spotify, where artists could blow up without needing a judge's approval. Simon's shows started to feel outdated. Critics accused them of recycling drama and exploiting contestants. The once golden formula now looked like a tired machine. And Simon? He was no longer shaping culture, he was chasing it. Then came the accusations. Contestants and former winners began speaking out, pulling back the curtain on Simon's empire. Rebecca Ferguson claimed she was pressured into contracts she didn't want. Jedward called out the industry as exploitative, saying young artists were chewed up and spat out. Former employees accused his companies of ignoring contestants' mental health struggles, prioritising ratings over well-being. The very empire that made him rich was now painted as toxic. Fans who once cheered his bluntness began asking if he was more villain than genius. In 2020, another blow hit. Simon suffered a horrific electric bike accident that left him with a broken back. He underwent major surgery and spent months in recovery.
When he returned to television, fans were stunned. His voice was softer, his energy was subdued. The once razor-sharp judge now looked fragile. And paired with his cosmetic transformation, Simon felt unrecognizable. The man who built his empire on dominance now looked like he was fighting just to keep up. For years, Simon's brand included his playboy lifestyle. Yachts, parties, glamorous girlfriends, it was all part of the show. But that image shifted when he settled down with Lauren Silverman and became a father. Some fans loved seeing his softer side, but others said it killed the edge that made him entertaining. The ruthless, savage Simon was replaced by someone gentler, more predictable, and, to critics, less relevant. And then came the lawsuits, allegations of rigged voting, claims of exploitative contracts, contestants speaking out about feeling trapped in unfair deals. Even if Simon himself avoided direct blame, his companies became synonymous with scandal. Instead of being remembered as the man who created global superstars, he was increasingly seen as a businessman profiting off vulnerable young talent. Every story chipped away at the myth of Simon Cowell, the genius kingmaker. In the early 2000s, Simon thrived because he controlled the narrative. There was no Twitter to fact-check him, no TikTok to rival his platform. But today, every photo, every clip, every rumour is dissected instantly. And the verdict isn't kind. Scroll through social media and you'll see the divide. Some still call him a legend. Others mock his appearance, his outdated shows, his fall from dominance. Words like unauthentic, irrelevant, and washed up appear more often than icon. The people's villain had become the internet's punchline. So what does all of this mean? Simon Cowell is still wealthy, he's still on television, he still has influence. But the aura is gone. The dominance, the fear, the charisma, it's all faded. The disturbing transformation of Simon Cowell isn't just about Botox or falling ratings. It's about a man who built an empire on control and perception, only to lose control of his own image. Simon once made stars. He shaped pop culture. He ruled television. But now, he's a reminder that no empire lasts forever. The final question is simple. What now? Does Simon Cowell embrace his legacy and step back gracefully, remembered as the man who changed television forever? Or does he keep fighting to stay relevant no matter how much it costs him? Because here's the brutal truth. Simon Cowell spent decades judging others, but today, it's the world that's judging him. And right now, the verdict doesn't look good.